Alright, so a little while ago I posted a video about my Jeep having too much flex and causing a lot of issues when going off-road, and I just wanted to, while I had it jacked up, kind of go over that. First things first, you see the dual rate of the springs. If you see my other videos, you'll see that these top coils are completely collapsed when it's flat. When you start to flex, they open up and they keep the springs perched properly. You see that there. And then I'm missing this particular bump stop down here, and I have new ones, but the problem I'm running into is that they screw in and the previous owner just cut them off, and so the bolt is still up in there, so I need to figure out how to get up in here and remove that. Let's see if I can. You can see there, you can see the bolt that's still in there. The other problem I'm running into is the length of my sway bar disconnects. As you can see, this is where this is supposed to be mounted. I've measured multiple times, and in fact, if I put this on here, which I can't really do, it actually, there's not enough clearance here for the full thing, or just barely, I should say. And so this can't go any further forward. As you can see, this hangs pretty far back. So what I'm thinking is there's that much thread available. I'm going to cut it off. This is screwed in all the way. It won't screw any tighter. So I'll measure this and then cut this off by that much and see if with about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that, and about half an inch, if that will pull this forward enough to where it's not hitting the springs. I'll show you on the other side where it's hitting actually pretty bad. Get in under here. Okay, so you can actually see on this one, I have the same amount of thread available, and it's actually hitting the springs right here when I'm flexing. It actually banged up against that. Bangs up against that when I'm off-roading, and the coil above it as well a little bit. And I think it's even gotten down to here because, there's still that much space between the two bump stops. Now, these are hockey pucks that came with my metal cloak lift kit, and I have a fourth one, so I think I'm going to install the fourth one, but even that's not going to get me close to this without, you can see there's that bolt in there still, so I need to, I was hoping just to get this done today, but looks like I'm probably going to need to actually take the spring off. I was hoping just to flex out enough that I could squeeze that piece in and then screw it in. I didn't realize there was still a bolt in there. I'm going to have to figure out how to back those out. Wasn't looking for it. I was hoping I'd get a little bit better out of this. So anyways, I haven't dropped it down onto the jack stand just yet. I'm about to do that here in a second. I looked into it, but I wanted to get as much flex out of it as possible so you could see. Then, if you come in here, this is actually not completely flexed yet. My jack stand just ran out of height, so it'll actually flex quite a bit more. And you can see where it's rubbing, especially with the wheels turned. If the wheel's not turned, it's not too bad. It still rubs a bit, especially up here in the front. But if I'm turning it all, it really causes an issue. Back off so you can see that a little bit better. There's just stuffed in there. And one other thing I wanted to show was just the see the angle on the joint there. Supposedly they have a, I think it's like a duo flex or something like that on these joints, so you can see the angle that they're able to take. This one's obviously not as extreme because it actually didn't drop down all that much, but on the passenger side here, it's a much more severe angles. Sorry, I'm not. There we go. So yeah, I have a couple things I need to do. Get that bump stop in there, and then figure out what I'm going to do with my sway bar links. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to get those screws out, I'd appreciate it, because off the top of my head I'm not quite sure how I want to go about doing that. Probably could just take a I don't know, just drill up into it and use a bolt extractor to extract it. It's going to be a lot more labor intensive than I was hoping. Nothing on this Jeep has been easy to do. Everything's been a lot of work. So alright, thank you for watching. If you have any questions about my 89 Cherokee or my metal cloak lift kit or anything other work I've done to it or of my other cars, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to respond to any questions. Thank you for watching.